Hello, my name's Perry, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create sales orders on vehicles. So the process is the same for new and used. In this particular video we'll be showing how to raise an order on a new vehicle. So let's jump in. So this will be very useful if you work in sales or vehicle admin and your job role is creating sales orders. So you go into the vehicle in question, and on the sales tab press create sales order. That'll bring up a dialog box that will allow you to search for the customer, like so. You double click the record. If the record's not there, just press new customer and go through the process of creating the customer. Once the customer's been selected, it'll open up the sales order processing screen. So from here you can discount factory options like so, which will then update on the right hand side. You can also add dealer options by going to the dealer option tab, double clicking add new option, and then selecting from a predefined list. So it's not necessarily the correct car, but we'll just add one anyway. You can see on the right hand side the mud flaps have now appeared and the price, the total value has changed. Same on warranty, so you'll select this from a predefined list of warranties. If there's not one there, or you do them ad hoc, you can just press add, like this. And again, you'll add it on the right hand side. So this is basically building up the sales order. Road fund license, again, this pulls from a predefined list. Now the prices might not necessarily be correct, it's just because we're using a test system here. Part exchange, this is if the customer is giving their current vehicle as part exchange towards the new vehicle. So we'll add one in here. You can use registration number. It's me being impressed I can remember my old vehicle. You just fill it in as follows, just going down the list. Standing value is what you're essentially putting it in stock as. So we'll do this as 8,000. Part-X customer allowance, this could be that you're giving the customer a bit more. So we'll do 9,000, giving them £1,000 extra just off the new vehicle. Press confirm, and that'll deduct the £9,000 entered in the customer Part-X allowance and update the total accordingly. F&I tab, this is if the financing. So using this example, you can see that the total is £6,021.21. So we'll be financing the rest of that. Deposit to add to Part-X. So say for example the customer is paying, or the customer has to pay £500 towards the deal, or they're putting £500 in. You just put 500 in there, and what the system will do is it'll deduct the £500 entered, and the remainder will be financed. So 5,521.21 to finance, and the cash balance for the customer £500. If the customer here is paying a deposit, it's important to put this in as a deposit here, like that, and we press update. These other boxes along the top are applicable if you charge delivery. So because this is a new vehicle selected from a price list, it already knows what the delivery cost is, delivery price is. If the vehicle's VAT exempt, so that would be if you're exporting it or if it's a Motability vehicle, you just tick that box and fill in the relevant boxes on each tab. receipt subsidies, so that could be things like scrappage schemes, the new electric vehicle grant, that sort of thing. So once you've configured the order, you just press raise order. Just check all this is correct. Don't want to print any copies. Press confirm. That's now created the order. Now, one thing to remember is if you've added a sales order with a deposit, it's best practice to go into the debtors and post a receipt for this value. That just makes sure it's accounted for correctly in the accounts. You do that by pressing post receipt, entering the payment value, how they paid, and press post. You'll notice then that the amount due will go to 0 and pay today will show us £500. And that's how you create a sales order on a vehicle. Thank you for watching.